So this is a question and answer session on the Relax Sauna. The Relax is a far infrared sauna, and here's what it looks like pretty much. It's got a chair in it, has some radiators in it, and there we go. This is the technology of it right there. Those are radiators. Now, I don't know how many of you have the Relax Sauna already and how many don't, and I guess I'm not able to get feedback except on the chat. So at any rate, I wanted to give a short, less than 5-minute introduction on the Relax Sauna, and then I will answer questions. Far infrared energy comes from the sun, as does ultraviolet, and as does colored light and all the different frequencies you can imagine. Now, the far infrared light can be felt by humans. In cats, cats lie in the sun, and you can always tell by the expression in their faces how much they're enjoying it. It's a great pleasure for them to be in the sun. Cats don't lie in the shade, they lie in the sun. And there's a reason for it, because their bodies are absorbing the far infrared light from the sun. Now, the far infrared light also goes 2 inches deep into our bodies when we're in a sauna, a far infrared sauna, or when we're out in the sun. And we can feel it on a winter day with a winter coat. It goes through our clothes and resonates with our water cells in the body, creating a great feeling of warmth. Now, photosynthesis in plants is responsible or is due to the far infrared energy resonating with the water cells, giving the plants the energy to move and to bend. The far infrared energy also goes through the sand and resonates with the water in turtle eggs, activating the turtle eggs, the snake eggs, the lizard eggs to grow into reptiles. Saunas have been really popular since in every culture. We have a book by Dr. Bill Ackpinar called No Sweat, No Sweat. I finally figured out what this means. It means once you know sweat as your teacher and your healer, life is no sweat. No worry. Don't, like Alfred E. Newman, what, me worry? Or don't worry, be happy in the song. And anyway, there he is right there. So he studied the history of saunas from time memorial, wrote this book in 1927, and then found out about the Relax Sauna a few years later when his naturopathic doctor partner bought 10 of them from us and gave him one and said, this is better than, it's truly amazing. And you can find a lot of information on the Relax Sauna, and Corey will put it into the chat, relaxsaunas.com/superior. There's an interview, a 15-minute interview from Dr. Onikian in there, and also reviews of the Relax Sauna, comparing them to other portable saunas and also the wooden infrared high-quality saunas. The Relax Sauna company has been around in business for 42 years. They were petitioned by a Japanese company. The Relax Sauna company is in Taiwan, and they were commissioned by a Japanese company to create a hot springs energy like those famous springs in southern Japan where people would go for healing. It took them 10 years to figure out how to filter out the near infrared and the mid infrared energies that don't resonate with the human body. and they produced the Relax Sauna generator, which eventually became the Relax Sauna. So that's a little bit of history. This was 1997. I found out about the Relax Sauna in 2002. I had discovered another portable sauna, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe a portable sauna in your home," because I've always loved saunas. I've joined gyms 4 times just to be able to use their saunas prior to that in my youth. So I bought the sauna. It's like an Amazon sauna, and I loved it. I would take the chair out. I would go into the sauna, and 18 minutes later, I would start sweating, and 55 minutes later, I said, that was a good sweat. I got a call from the Relax Sauna company about a year later after having sold 6 of those other saunas in the 2001 or 2002, and I got a call in October 2002 from the Relax Sauna company saying, our technology is more advanced. You might want to consider using and promoting our sauna. And so we negotiated a price. They sent me one, and yes, everyone at my office, everyone at my store was totally impressed with the difference. And that's the history of us promoting the Relax Sauna. For 19 years, I and many of my other staff members have been to over 400 conferences, consumer conferences, and professional doctor conferences, medical doctors, naturopathic doctors, nutritional professionals, many other conferences, chiropractor conferences, massage therapy, colon hydrotherapy, promoting the Relax Sauna. I've done about 400 of these shows, and my staff together with me has probably done about 600 shows. And so we have a track record of about 1,000 testimonies on YouTube. You can go to YouTube and put in Relax Sauna testimonials, and then you can put an ailment in like Lyme or fibromyalgia or MS and find out more. Okay, I'm ready to answering questions now. So I'm not sure where to start, so I will start where I am. Yes, it does help to drink electrolytes to prevent cramping. Very true. And I drink, Majet says, drinking water before a sauna. Absolutely. I drink about 8 to 12 ounces of water, whether I want to or not, before going into the sauna, and sometimes more. And it really helps the sweating process. After I do a 20-minute sweat in the Relax Sauna, you just want to drink water. And I drink 12 ounces, 16 ounces, 20 ounces of water afterwards. Now, I'm sort of different than your ordinary person. That's just the way it is. And so I will go into the sauna, for about 20 minutes, and then I'll get out. Occasionally I'll take a shower, usually not. And sometimes I will. And then I'll drink water. I'll drink 16 ounces, 8 ounces of water. And then I'll do another 20-minute sweat. And then on spa day for Phil, I'll get out for about 3 or 4 minutes, drink another, sometimes a quart of water, and then do another sweat. And one day I did it for 5 hours, but usually I only do it for 3 hours. People would ask me in the early days of promoting the Relax Sauna, so how long can you stay in? I said, well, if it's a good movie, you can stay in for a couple hours. But for healthy people who like to sweat, athletes, even people who aren't real healthy, who need to detoxify, I like to use the word gingerly. And that means you get into the sauna and you listen to your body, you just listen, you be in the moment. And actually being in the Relax Sauna helps you get into the present moment. And that's really, really exciting because it helps you get into the present moment by activating the parasympathetic in a way that no other sauna has been able to. I'll say one more thing and then I'll go back to the questions. We were at a conference, a mental health conference. And this one lady she and her husband had owned an expensive, high-quality, $6,000 wooden infrared sauna for about 5 years. She came down in her bathing suit and said, I want to try the Relax Sauna. And she did it for 30 minutes. And she came back about an hour later saying, after 30 seconds. No, I'm sorry, after 8 to 10 minutes, I experienced the most profound sense of relaxation I've ever done in my life. Again, relaxation. What's the name of the Relax Sauna? Relax Sauna. Okay, I'm ready to answer some more questions. Have you ever, Kendra says, have you seen, heard if it helps kids on the autism spectrum? We have demonstrated the Relax Sauna for 4 or 5 years at the Autism One conferences in Chicago and in Colorado. And we have sold probably 100 saunas, Relax Saunas to parents for their kids. We don't have that many testimonies on the Relax Sauna, but the few that we do have from the parents are saying that it really calms them down, relaxes them, gets them into the moment, and it gets them to chill. And I even have a young man, he's about 11, he's on the autism spectrum, he appears to be very bright, very normal, gets hyper a lot, but he just even went on raving about how the Relax Sauna helped him tremendously. And his mom said in one of the interviews that they're on their way to school and he'll say, "Hey, mom, can I do the sauna just for 5 minutes?" And he would go in, and the mom says he just comes out a totally different kid, and he would use it to study in and all sorts of things. So I highly, highly recommend far infrared saunas in general, and the relaxed far infrared sauna with anyone with autism. It's always going to help. You do have your occasional kid who just won't go in, but most will, and they appreciate it. I know Karen Thomas is well known in the autism community and has promoted the relaxed saunas. There's another lady who is very, very active in the autism community and promoted the relaxed sauna to many, many of her patients. How do you clean it and how often? By Jessica. The relaxed sauna, you turn it on for 5 minutes and it self-cleans. It's the tent is made out of nylon, and so you can simply, just the way you would wash any kind of nylon. Of course, you can't put a nylon. You can put a nylon athletic gear into a washing machine. You can't do that with the relaxed saunas, but you can take it out to the porch and you can wash it off like a new car. If you really want to do it every 2-3 months, just pretend it's a new car and have the time of your life washing it with good health food store soap and water. Let it lay out in the sun. It'll dry. But in general, you can just, I usually put, if you can see here, I put a towel, I drape a towel over the chair, and I always have another folded towel on the chair. And the reason for that is you're going to sweat so much. You don't necessarily want to get the chair wet. If you do, sometimes you will see a white deposit. I'm not sure if that's calcium or magnesium, but so those are the ways to wash it. You turn it on for 5 minutes and it self-cleans, and then just take a damp rag or damp washcloth and health food store soap to wash it. Yeah, Karen Thomas loves the sauna herself, and her children. Now, she cured her. You can't use the word cure in the United States. Even Hippocrates would be probably put in jail if they caught him saying, "Find me a way to create sweat or fever, and I will cure disease." But Karen Thomas, before she even heard about the relaxed sauna, had profound effects just using nutrition and relaxation on her kid, who's totally normal now. Does the sauna help detox heavy metals? There's no question that far infrared saunas detox heavy metals. The proof of it is sometimes nebulous. Some people are, there are a lot of naysayers, and people just don't believe, they see it and they still don't believe it. There are a lot of people who can't believe that the relaxed sauna will get rid of heavy metals, but it certainly does. All saunas do. Karen Russell in 2007, different Karen, She's a gerontologist who works with older people and making them healthy or helping them become healthy. And she had heavy metal toxicity of metal, of mercury and lead for 25 months. Every month, the blood report, and she'd been, her doctors had recommended far infrared saunas, and she didn't know what to do because she couldn't figure out which one to use. Dr. Doris Rapp wrote the book, Our Toxic World. She's in her 90s now. And she was at a conference in 2007 at a medical conference and said, Karen, go see Phil. And she did, and she got our lie-down sauna. And a month later, after using it for a month, she sent her her blood report, and it came back normal for mercury and lead. So when you have these experiences, you know that it works, regardless of the naysayers. The reports, I'm sure there is research, and we have a Japanese affiliate who did testing on the Relax Sauna and tested the sweat in the Relax Sauna, tested it for heavy metals, tested the sweat of athletes sweating, tested the sweat of a regular sauna. There is far more heavy metals and toxins and chlorine and dioxins and phthalates and plastics and chemicals in the Relax Sauna sweat than any other, than a normal sauna, meaning a Finnish sauna. Finnish saunas are great, but they don't use energy medicine. The Relax Sauna uses energy medicine. How long does it take to get to the highest temperature? Rebecca asks, and what is that temperature? The Relax Sauna, we were told back when it came out in 2002 that it can get up to 169 degrees inside. It usually takes, after about 22 minutes, I am hot. And I used to, as a superhero, as a Superman, I'd have to move my head or I'd have to meditate to be able to stay 30 minutes because it's a 30-minute timer. And even though I'm giving talks and saying, it's not the heat, it's the light. And the light resonates with the water cells. And it resonates with the water cells and causes the water cells to pulsate. And that, like a small room with a lot of people dancing, it's going to get hot. The body is going to get hot. It's going to mobilize the lymphatic system. It's going to, increase the lymph flow. And also the water cells are going to get smaller. So if this is a hydrogen and a zero, and a water, an oxygen, the H2O, this angle is going to get smaller. So the blood cells are going to get smaller. So the microcirculation will increase tremendously. Okay. How long does it take to get to the highest temperature? Again, finishing answering that question, it takes about 5 minutes to get to 130, 140 degrees, and that's sort of where you want to be. The temperature in a sauna has nothing to do with the price of tea in China, and it also has very little to do with the ability of the sauna using energy medicine, using the energy that comes out of the radiators, the far infrared energy that resonates with your water cells. It's the inside temperature that hyperthermia is all about. Hippocrates said, find me a way to create sweat or fever, and I will cure disease. So it's the inside temperature, and anyone talking about the outside temperature making a difference is probably ill-informed or misinformed, and it's just life. That's the way it is. There's a lot of false information, but you all have within yourself. You have the litmus test, and that's your own inner knowingness, your own inner guidance. So listen to your body, and your body, not your body, but inside, your inner guidance will clue you in on what is right and what is not. You can do research, listen to me if you wish, listen to others, and then go from your own experiences and make your decisions. And you want to always, if you do draw a conclusion, you always want to be willing to, with more data and more information, say, well, maybe I wasn't right before. But the heat in the sauna, in the Relax Sauna, jumpstarts you to have a great sweat. If you get too hot, we have a sophisticated temperature control device in the Relax Sauna, and I'll show you it. This is it. It's the zipper. And so you just unzip the zipper a little bit. There we go. You just unzip the zipper. And that will reduce the temperature, because the most important thing is that you be comfortable temperature-wise. That's important. You know, and you want to be for me, I want to be as hot as I can. And so a lot of people would come to our booth and get in the Relax Sauna and say, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm being hugged by my loving grandma. And that's the beauty of it. You want to feel warm and toasty, but you don't want to be too hot, and it's not necessary to be hot. So when sauna companies talk about the temperature, I'm saying, again, what does this have to do with the price of tea in China? It's energy medicine on an infrared sauna. If you're talking about a Finnish sauna, yes, it matters, because you want to be able to sweat, and the hotter it is, the more you'll sweat. But you'll sweat with this sauna totally open. After 25 minutes, I'll start sweating, just because of the far infrared energy building up, being absorbed into my body, and resonating in my water molecules. And it won't be more than 105 degrees, and I'll still be sweating after 25 minutes. So it's the energy medicine that makes it work. Courtney, thank you very much. Many doctors have said, there's a doctor, Lionel Bissell, gave us a testimony about 12 years ago, and he gave us another one about 3-4 years ago. And he says it's the best investment he's ever made in his health was the Relax Sauna at the Anti-Aging Medicine Conference in Las Vegas in December of, I don't know how many years ago he got it, but he's had it for about 15, 16 years and just loves it. Okay, Fausto says, I often go full body with my head inside, as I just see that regenerates my whole face. No, is this dangerous? Well, if it is, I won't be here, because for 19 years of doing the Relax Sauna almost every morning for at least 20 minutes, I'd say of those many hours in the Relax Sauna, about half the time my head has been inside the sauna. I love it when my head is in, and when my head is out, I love it when my head is out. So yeah, it is very easy, even for a 6'4" man, the tent goes up like this, and it gives you a lot of room. You can always put your head down like this, but I usually do it sticking up, and my head, you can see this then, or sometimes I'm wearing the hat anyway. And anyway, it's yes. That's what I say. We're into pro-choice. We give you the choice to have your head in or out. And if you have sinus problems, in 8 to 10 minutes, it will clear up sinus problems with your head out. But in 2 minutes, it'll clear up with your head in. It's amazing how that healing light. It's like coming home, because being in the Relax Sauna is like being in the presence of a Qigong master. Or if you're from India, it's like being in the presence of a great guru. Or if you're just normal human being, it's like being in the presence of a being who's giving good and unconditional love. I say that being in the Relax Sauna is like almost basking in divine love. It's the best we could do, using electricity to get a feeling of divine love in your home. And or as they say in Taiwan, it's like being in a hot springs. It's like being at a hot springs in southern Japan. It's that was the motivation for designing it. Gail asks, how many uses or minutes does the Relax Sauna have in its lifetime? Well, there was a sad event in Taiwan about 6, 7 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. There was a power failure, and we had been having a Relax Sauna generator. It was 9 years. It was on 24/7 without going out. And when the power failure happened, they said, okay, we know it lasts a long time. The official policy is that we say that the Relax Sauna should last 5 to 7 years in a clinical setting, used about 8 hours a day. Although we have about a half a dozen testimonies from people who come back year after year, and they say they've had theirs for 12 years, 14 years, 16 years. So they are workhorses, you know. We give a 1-year warranty. Those companies who give lifetime warranties mean 7 years, but we don't have many, compared to the number of people who buy the Relax Sauna. We have very few people call us and say that there's something wrong with the radiator. Sometimes it happens. If it's something happens within the year, we fix it for free. And if the cost is minimal, if it breaks after the 1 year. This is exactly what is happening. You have far infrared light, and it goes through your body and saturates every cell of your body, every water cell. It goes in 2 inches, then talks to the next guy. And so the whole body is infused with this light. Every single cell is cleansed with the light, and out comes the debris. Call it the dross, the gunk, the dirt, the plastics, the chemicals, everything in the cell and see what happens by shaking the water molecules. The water molecules release their hold on the toxins. And so it washes through, again, the cleansing light. You know, I had an experience way back, like something like an out-of-body experience about 40 years ago. And that's what I felt like. My whole body was being cleansed with this healing light and purified. And when I go in the Relax Sauna, it's the same exact thing on the physical level. You feel all your cells being cleansed and purified. You feel yourself relaxed and revitalized at the same time. It is like, it's hard to describe, but once you've experienced, you know. And when Rebecca Harder, she wrote this book. She's got a hyperbaric oxygen clinic in Taos, New Mexico, and a colon hydrotherapy clinic in Portland, Oregon. And she'd been using the wooden saunas, good wooden infrared saunas, and promoting them for 10 years. And she'd go by our booth at the colon hydrotherapy show every year, and she'd look at it and say, I have a wooden sauna. And I'm the same way. When I first got the Relax Sauna, I didn't know the technology was so much more advanced than the technology of any $6,000 infrared wooden sauna. But you got in the Relax Sauna in 3 minutes, you noticed a difference. It was profound. And she has really helped promote the Relax Sauna. And in this book, she's got 8 pages on the Relax Sauna. And I just talked to a man the other day who is a health professional, has a large following, has been promoting and selling for 8 years a great wooden sauna. And he knew Rebecca, and he experienced the Relax Sauna, so he got one. And he's been promoting it and telling all his friends about it like he's a madman. And he's helped me sell about 30 saunas in the last 3 weeks. It's an amazing sauna, and it works very, very well. Oh, Megan's question. I'm going to love answering this question. Can you use the sauna while pregnant? Now, I've never heard anyone promoting saunas say yes. And I'm not going to say yes, but I'm not going to say no. The official policy of the Relax Sauna is, as any supplement that you would have, you know, if pregnant, consult your doctor. Now, so the official policy is, before using the Relax Sauna, consult your doctor. Now, I was almost ecstatic, not quite, but I was very, very happy to see a research come out about a year or two ago saying that Finnish saunas are good and healthy for pregnant women. I said, about time. I'm sick and tired of hearing people tell women who are pregnant or breastfeeding that they should not use an infrared sauna. Maybe they had one experience where someone, but to me, there's no science behind it. There's no logic behind it. And I based this on an experience I had in my naivety, in my naive days. I'm promoting the Relax Sauna. We've been promoting them for 2 years. A lady who had gotten the Relax Sauna from us a year before came to our booth. I don't even know her name. I didn't realize it was such a big deal. She said, I used the Relax Sauna during my whole pregnancy, and boy, it was great. It helped a lot. The baby came out really pure. And so yeah, I just assumed, well, of course, pregnant women can use it. Why not? Well, no company in their right mind wants to be sued if a woman has a miscarriage. So, I'm not going to say, yes, you can use the Relax Sauna and being pregnant, but I am going to say, listen to your inner guidance and go in and experiment. But I can't take responsibility. You have to take total responsibility. But I believe in taking risks. I believe in being brave and bold. And I applaud anyone who is pregnant, especially if you've been using saunas all your life. You want to do research. And the same thing for those. There's a doctor out who said that breastfeeding women shouldn't use an infrared sauna. I said that's even 10 times more ridiculous. And a friend of mine was asking me these questions. I said, and she was somewhat reputed. And so I did some research, and I did find a lady who was using a wooden sauna in her clinic, and she and 3 or 4 of her not pregnant, but breastfeeding friends had great results. Because a lot of times when a woman gives birth, especially for her first birth, there's a postpartum depression. Well, almost nothing gets rid of depression better than the Relax Sauna. I mean, it just fills you with light and energy and vitality and cleanses and purifies you. So to say that a breastfeeding woman shouldn't use an infrared sauna, I think is actually irresponsible. I've told you a million times never to exaggerate. I rarely tell people what they should and should not do. I give information and you decide. You, in the final analysis, you get to decide what is right for you, no one else. And you just listen to inner guidance, and you develop this absolute reliance to trust that part of you that knows everything. Jennifer says, does the pain relief last after the sessions for arthritis? Generally they do. And my understanding of this, for example, if you've had arthritis pain, and I remember specifically a lady at the autism conference she called it a 12 pain of arthritis. And she got in the Relax Sauna, and she let herself sweat. I think she did it for 1.5 sessions. She was in there for about 12 minutes, totally gone. And then she came back the next day and said a little bit came back, and that's generally what it is. A little bit comes back. So if you have one in your home and use it regularly, arthritis is history. It's again, I've never had arthritis, and so I can't relate to that. But I hope that answers your question. Okay, Tiffany asks, how does this directly help your immunity? Well, Dr. Kerry Moses, we interviewed him about 6, 7, 8 years ago at the Cancer Control Society conference. He had bought a Relax Sauna from us a couple of years before, and he gave us about a 5-6 minute interview saying how it nips a cold and a flu in the bud. Absolutely. So many other people have said it. Anytime I start feeling sick, I get in the sauna and boom, it never happens. We had a man in Florida. He bought a Relax Sauna from us in November of 2019. And there it was in March of 2020, 6 videos announcing that he found a cure for COVID using the Relax Sauna. And I said, uh-oh. Anyway, his videos were not there. About 2 weeks later, they weren't there. I don't understand why. But we did transcribe. We did transcribe the 2 main videos that he put up. And we can, if you request it, we'll send you. I don't know if Corey knows whether we've published that on one of our pages or not, but if you request it, we'll send it to you, or we'll post it and send you the link to that particular page. So in terms of the immunity, well, when you mobilize the lymphatic system, Tiffany, that's the immune system. That's the detoxification system. And, you know, in my naivety, I thought that's what Relax Sauna, what fire and fit saunas are all about, to increase your immunity. That's what it does. It detoxifies you. It gets the whole metabolic function in the body. It mobilizes the immune system. It mobilizes the lymph. I'm not sure if it births white blood cells or brings them out of hibernation, but they're very active. And the purpose of the white blood cells are the lymphocytes. And you can also mobilize your lymphatic system by bouncing on a rebounder. But I don't think hardly anything mobilizes your lymphatic system, which is the immune system, more than a fire and fed sauna. And the Relax Sauna appears to have about 5 or 9 times more fire and fed than any other sauna. So it's extremely effective. And there are tens of thousands of people who know this through experience. And experience is always the best teacher.